Morning to all of you. It is always said that when the student is ready, the master will appear. So that happened to me almost 30 years back when I was in the early stages of my working career. So having worked two jobs, one which taught me the importance of making an elevator pitch and which taught me the importance of having oodles of self-confidence even if you don't have the technical data behind you. And the second job, which taught me to learn a lot of things, and especially in an area which was growing at that point of time, which was ERP. So having these two with me, one is oodles of self-confidence, which I still have till today. And the second one is the knowledge on a product, which was at that point of time known only to 1% of the population around the world, technical population. I walked into my third job with a very well-known European IT company. And here I was so confident, looking at the fact that I had achieved something at the age of 25, which at that point of time not many people would have done, without the backing of any great educational qualifications or a mark sheet which would not have put me in the front of the line anyway. So you walked into the company and I get introduced to the person with whom I'm going to work. Let me call him Mr. R for now. Our first meeting, which happened, he told me very clearly, I don't know as much as you do on this product. And our first assignment is to create a set of training manuals for a customer who's going to use this product across their organization, spread across 100 manufacturing locations, 73 depots, and 5 corporate offices. So this is the first time that a boss tells his subordinate, or at least I knew at that point of time, that I don't know as much as you do, but let's get working on this. And that was my first introduction to a principle which said that if you have to be a leader, you don't have to know everything. And when we got started on the work, all the technologies which that company was using at that point of time were new to me. I only knew this ERP product, but all the others which they were using, and they were like far dated European legacy systems, I had no idea. The second thing he taught me was, he said, go and practice on those systems as if you don't know anything. And if something breaks down, don't worry. It's part of your learning. So with that, I started working on some of those systems, and I still remember that I bought an entire Unix platform down at one point of time. Any other organization, you would have been fired because of that. But this gentleman said, don't worry, you bought it down, so now you know what are the buttons not to press. And next time something happens like this, you know which are the right buttons to press. But by experience of bringing an entire system down and then bringing it up again, gave me the experience of building something right from scratch, which I don't think in today's world also too many bosses or supervisors will give you the luxury of doing. The third thing which he taught me was, if you are going to work for a global company, your outlook should be global. What he meant is that if you have skills with you, you should display and market the skills in the right way. Don't just give out something because you have the knowledge with you. Use how to market that knowledge properly and present it in an effective manner. And be very clear about what your objectives are. He told me, you are this 1% of the population who knows this product. Know your true worth and your true value. And don't worry about what others tell about you. Capitalize on that 1% experience of being that 1% in this world today, and show that what you can do to change things for the better. Also, he says he had to go global think global. He was the one who introduced me to a fine sense of dressing. He says, as a person who works for a multinational, the first thing you should have is a great dress sense, because that is what customers will notice the first thing you go for a meeting. Second is, he thought if you want to meet with people, you should know a lot about what their culture is, especially when you're working with foreign customers, or for that matter, even Indian customers. So go beyond what the customer's technical expertise is there and look at what they really need. So connect more with the customer. And that is what will help you to build connects and build that relationship for a customer for a long time. When we got a project which was in the hinterlands of East India, nobody would want it to go, because for everybody, any foreign assignment was on site. And here we were going into an interior village in the eastern part of India to do a project for 6 months. He had no reason to come along with me, but he said, let us go and complete that assignment. So we went there for 6 months. We stayed in a small lodge and we did this project for a chemical plant. And that is where he taught me one more lesson, is that in life, if you want to do something new, you do it for the first time to learn. You do it for the second time to implement. And you do it for the third time to transition. He said, never stay on something for an extended period of time. You will only bring down your expertise and you will only make yourself more redundant. So always keep moving. That is the way you kind of build your experience and your knowledge. The more you stay on something, the more redundant you become. And when he said that, that has stuck with me even now. And whatever I do, I always ensure that I don't do it more than once. Because that's what is important for people to move on in life. The last but the most important thing that he taught me was stand up for yourself. That you have to fight your own battles. If people come to you and they tell you something, ensure that you fight for yourself. Even if you are wrong, have a stand. That is what will take you ahead in life. And when I quit that company after 3 months, he was the first 3 years, he was the first person to wish me all the best and said that whatever decision you are taking is the right decision. So I would say, if I look back at that career, that teacher of mine helped me to become what I am today. And after that, I have not had a single mentor in my life because I never needed anyone. And whatever I've done till today, the roots of that has been laid in that 3 years which I worked with that company. Thank you, and back to you, TM.